I'm not sure if you saw the interview on Friday between Brad Treliving, the GM of the Toronto Maple Leafs, of course, and Pierre LeBrun of the Athletic and TSN, but he all but confirmed they're prioritizing extension talks now with Willie Nylander. And I won't lie, like I love how calm, cool, and collected Treliving's been through this whole process, specifically with Nylander. But more so, I love the fact that nothing has filtered to the media. Like in recent years, it's like players find a way to negotiate through the media. We've heard nothing, and I mean nothing on Nylander, which I think is a positive thing.
I think so. I mean, looking back, it seems like it's a much bigger deal to sign guys up in their last year of their contract, like right away before their last year even starts. You start you sign a 5-year deal, and after 4 years, you got to be extended. It's just like it's just a different thing to me. It's like there's no huge rush. The media just thinks that there is this massive rush to get this thing done. Do you want to lose him for nothing? Of course not. But there's no worry of that happening anytime soon. He's gonna go play, and if both sides decide to chat here again in November or December, then so be it. But to me, it just seems a little bit wild that everyone's pulling their hair over this thing, and he's got a year left on his contract. I mean, post Christmas, you're creeping up to the deadline or something. Okay, I could see that ramping up, but it seems like the media gets their self in a tizzy over these kinds of things, and it doesn't seem like either of those two are in the same boat.
Some of the quotes, Willie is a really important player and a really good player. We want to get him done too. That's next on the list. He's told me he wants to be in Toronto. That's the most important thing. If there's a desire on both sides, then you should be able to come to an agreement. But my read, and maybe it's a different read, but I think the Nylander camp, having, knowing nothing about the situation, is steadfast on that $10 million number. So like there's got to be the Nylander camp saying, hey, we're ready to take less than 10. But I just don't think he's that guy. Like, I've had no read on this situation whatsoever, but I don't think there's going to be a resolution anytime soon. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope the fact that everything's quiet leads us to believe they're making progress here.
Yeah, and he's proven that he's a guy that's not going to take a discount. I think he's, out of that core four, he's one of the standout guys the last year or so. And I think he's been knocked a little bit for being lazy and whatnot in years past. He hasn't seemed to show that in the last, season. And I think that he probably is worth a little bit more. And he's going to say, why the hell would I take a haircut when nobody else has? And if he stays with that, then he's not going to get signed. I mean, the cap crunch is always there with Toronto. It's not going to get any better, I don't believe, unless they lose some guys, but they're just not going to be able to get it done if he doesn't come off his number, and if Treliving doesn't say, okay, we will give you what you want. So I think that's why there's not a deal done, and barring any changes, I think both sides are just seeing what happens here, and if anything changes, maybe they'll get back to the table. But as of right now, everyone's just using buzzwords like he wants to be here and I want to be there to be in Toronto. Like, whoopty shit, is he going to be able to get it done under the salary cap or not? And as of right now, it doesn't look great.